son. I'm so happy you're home. Come give your mama a hug. I love you, baby.
I love you too, Mama. If it weren't for you, I don't know how I would have did them years in them hellholes.
Baby, it was God, not me. I prayed day and night for you. You're my only son. And now that you're out, it's gonna stay that way, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ain't no question about that.
You need to find a job. You've been looking, right?
Well, you know, I put in a few applications here and there, but I ain't getting no response.
Just be patient, baby. Something will come through. Until then, you know you always have a home right here. No rent. All you gotta do is clean my house.
There you go, Ma. You always talk about cleaning this house. And you know this place already spick and span. There ain't nothing to clean in here.
That's where you're wrong, son. I want my door panels clean, my ceiling fans clean, dust all my furniture, the bathroom needs tightening up, and stop saying ain't. This is not a word. Ain't is not a word.
Boy, you so funny. I haven't been out of prison but a whole 3 days and you already corrected my English.
No son of mine is going to talk like some street nigga. I raised you better than that.
I know, Mama, and that's why I love you to death.
No, baby, don't love me to death. Love me to life.
Okay, I love you to life. But right now, I need some of that good food I smell in the kitchen. What are you cooking?
Your favorite? Fried chicken, greens, macaroni and cheese, candied yams, cornbread, and some great Kool-Aid.
Yes, sir. I know that's right. Mama, you the best cook in the whole wide world, yeah? When I get on my feet, I'm gonna open a restaurant and you gonna run it. Because with your cooking in my business, man, we might shut McDonald's down, you hear me?
Boy, please. It's just where are you gonna get enough money to open a restaurant? You don't even have a job.
Mama, don't worry about all this. I got big plans.
Rolling the clay? I'm not going to say this but only one time because you're my only child, and baby, please don't get in these streets.
Mama, you know I'm not a drug dealer. I got legal plans, music plans. Your son is gonna be a star.
I hear you, Star. Just remember what I said. I can't afford to lose you. I love you too much. I lost all the men I love to the streets. Just look at your cousins. If they stay doing what they're doing, damn it, we gonna lose them too.
Oh, I got you, Ma. See, I caught you. It's not we gonna lose them. It's we're going to lose them.
Whatever, get the cleaning.
Yeah, I got you. Roland joked about his mother's broken English, but they always played with each other. They were always close, and he was a mama's boy to the heart. His mother, Francine McCrae, a beautiful dark brown sister, was no square by a long shot. Spoke proper English. She grew up in the rough streets of Chicago with her 5 brothers and 2 sisters. She always saw crime, drug, blood, money. Her father was a gang member. He ran a group of niggas in Terrortown. They had plenty of murder and gang fights happening on the regular. Francine always wanted a way out of this life. The early 80s, crack cocaine, yeah, that ravaged the black community. This was the time when she met a handsome young hustler named Johnny McCrae, aka Johnny Mac. Some say Johnny Mac was Ron O'Neal looking ass nigga from the movie Superfly. Francine, they stayed together for 2 years after her 18th birthday. By then, Roland was almost 3 years old, and that's when the tragedy struck. Johnny Mac was a mellow, laid-back type of guy who could have been a pimp just because of his looks. But it wasn't even in him, it just wasn't him. Some people just don't have the stomach for that type of occupation. He was one thing couldn't nobody say about him. He wasn't a father to his child. He was a very good father, so proud of his first son. As soon as little Roland learned how to walk, he took him out to the dope stroll. All the pimps, the hoes, the hustlers, and the corners would treat little Roland like he was a part of the family. You would always see Johnny Mac and his son standing in front of the liquor store on a late night with the fellas. Young Francine hated this, but everybody loved her, man. She felt like Johnny must know what he's doing. Hey, Mac, what's up, G?
Hey, you know me, baby, just getting it by the getting's good. What the block doing tonight, nigga?
Hey, man, you know the junkies don't stop. They gon' do whatever it take to get a fix. So, you know it's jumping out this bitch, yeah.
Dig that.
Say, Stone, where the weed at?
Shit, right on time. I was just about to blaze up. Jump in the back seat. see my man, you see my right hand man right up here with me.
Oh man, I ain't see Lil Radio. What's up, Lil Stone? Say what's up. What's up?
Say what's up to Stoney, Lil Radio.
Roland was nicknamed Lil Radio because he tried to sing to every song that came on. He looked at Stone, smiled, and continued playing with his toys. That boy look just like you, Mac. He gonna grow up and be just like you, Stone.
Man, never that. Man. He gonna grow up and be better than me.
Shit, right on. I can dig that. Hey, but hey, you don't want to step outside and smoke, DJ?
For what? Lil Radio been around smoking before. Just crack the window.
Cool by me. Hey, Stone, ride down Lake Show. And by the time we smoke this fat ass J, we can drop through the project. I need to cop that package.
Alright, let's ride.
Johnny Mac pulled off and turned the radio off. The song Have You Seen Her was playing.
Tell me, have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her?
Boy, you like that shit? Oh man, that's my jam. He shouted from the back seat. he passed the joint up to Johnny Mac. Johnny took the weed and puffed it like a professional, French inhaling the stick smoke through his nostrils. Every time Lil Radio saw his daddy smoke, he would smile. His young man thought it was cool. His young mind was just amazed how the smoke just disappeared in and out of his father's face. By the time they reached the projects, the joint was down to a roast, so everybody in the Cadillac was high, even Little Radio, who couldn't stop smiling.
Man, every time I pull in these motherfuckers, I get paranoid. Hey man, hurry up, Stoney, and here, while you in there, buy me some more weed.
I got you, Stone. Hey, I'll be right back. Stone took the money and headed to the skyscraper, where black people were stored in like old furniture, destined to never leave these buildings. Project life forever. Johnny grew up with Stoney, and they had fought together and would kill for each other. Stoney was his main man, so he always looked out for him. And even though he knew Stoney was getting high, letting his heroin addiction get the best of him, he thought about that as he waited for him.
Man, where this nigga at?
As soon as he said that, Stoney came out the building with the package in his arms. He also noticed that he was moving at a faster pace than normal. Stoney jumped in the back seat fast and shouted, "Man, let's go!" Right then, Johnny knew Stoney had pulled a junkie stunt.
Man, what the fuck you done, Stone?
Just start the car, nigga. God damn it. I just hit a lick for a whole thing. I know them fools heard the shots next door. They probably on their way down here now. Stone was sweating like a pig.
Fuck!
Johnny shouted he wanted to punch Stone in his mouth, in his junky ass mouth. And when he tried to start the car up, the motherfucking car stalled on him.
Shit! Come on, baby, not right now.
Come on, Stone, let's go.
This piece of shit won't start. Hold
Johnny
up.
pumped the gas. He kept trying to crank the goddamn car up.
Damn!
He hit the steering wheel as hard as fuck, hard as he could out of anger. Now Little Radio was scared, and he started crying. Now Johnny was wishing that he never brought his son out the house with him that night. All he could think about was whooping Stoney's ass. When they got back to 75th Street,
Should've told me he was gonna rob these niggas.
Johnny said to himself, knowing Stoney, he probably had no intentions on robbing these fools, but saw that they were slipping and took advantage of the situation.
Come on, baby, crank for daddy.
He turned the ignition one more time. Yes, sir, let's get it. He backed out, and just as he was about to peel off, three gangsters ran in front of his car with guns drawn. All Johnny had time to do was push Little Radio down in the seat. Bullets rang out, and Johnny Mac caught three in his back and two on the side of his head. Stoney got out the car and tried to run, but he was shot in his back several times. When he fell to the concrete, he was still crawling, trying to get away. That's until one gunman stood over him and put a giant hole in the back of his head. The young gangsters proceeded to the car, guns drawn. They opened the door and saw that Johnny Mac was dead as can be. When they snatched him up and see his face, which had two holes in it and glass fragments, only to find a crying 3-year-old baby on the floor.
Should I kill him too?
No, gangster, we ain't killing no kids. Yeah, right. What about little Jerry? That don't count. He was 11, 12, trying to gangbang. This one right here, he just the baby. Just get our shit back. and search them fool, they might got some more money in it. The young gangster searched the car and found money and a little weed. The head man just stood there as his foot soldiers did their job, watching the little radio cry while smoking his cigarette. Y'all finished?
Yeah, we through.
Said one of the foot soldiers. Then he kicked Stoney in the crack of his dead ass.
Punk ass nigga. This nigga shot my cousin.
The young gangsters just walked off like nothing just happened. Like they just didn't execute two people right in front of where they live. Not worried about the witnesses, because even if the people did see the murder, they knew better. They knew not to go to the police. Little Radio stayed inside the car crying all night. It took the police over 3 hours to respond to the gunshots. And when they did, they found 2 bodies. And there was Little Radio asleep, laying on top of his father's chest. Yeah, the dirty South. Francine and Little Radio moved down to Florida, mainly to get away from the mean streets of Chicago. Only if she knew Florida was just as mean, if not more. You see, the people get fooled by the beautiful weather and the palm trees. What they don't see is the drug lords, the kingpins, the kidnappings, and the carjackings of the tourists, especially the robbers and the powder heads. And don't forget about the setup bitches, the slimy bitches, the racism, the racist police, and the poverty. Some parts of the black communities down here are like third world countries. Florida is proud of the history of lynching, the most lynchings committed by any southern state in America. Francine stayed with her Aunt Deborah all the way until Little Radio was in the 6th grade. He grew up playing with all the kids, with all the sports, just like all the regular kids did back in the days. Football, boxing, wrestling, and basketball. He was a natural athlete and was well developed by the age of 13, standing at 6'2". His first year of high school, the coaches all over the city already knew about him from junior high. And by the 10th grade, he grew even more, standing at 6'5", 240 pounds. To paint a perfect picture, Little Radio was good enough to play professional football or basketball. It didn't matter. Radio was passionate and confident about his chances. The coaches loved his nickname, but not because of his singing skills. They loved it because they would say, "That boy don't play the fucking radio." But like most children of the ghetto, life don't play the radio either. It's a dirty world, but it's still spinning. Shout out to BG. One night, on his way to see one of his girlfriends, he runs into his little partner Perry. Perry was a little short, light-skinned cat that always carried a big stupid-ass gun on him. His motto, don't get caught slipping because slippers count.
Little Radio, check this out, my nigga.
Radio rode his bike across the street. What it do, my boy?
Shit, you got it. I know you wanna hit this J.
True. I need to smoke, man, before I get this little broad. What?
Who you talking about, Tanya?
Hell no, nigga. I been stopped fucking her. Week before last.
Damn, that bitch sexy as hell. You just tossing bad bitches like that, my boy?
My nigga, fuck that slut. She can't even suck dick. Kept biting my shit. Fine she is. Oh, that pussy ain't even good, dog. All she got going for her is she just fine as hell, my nigga. Y'all niggas.
Wait, hold up. She got you some head?
Yeah, shit. I ain't even trying to fuck a bitch. She ain't sucking my dick.
Oh, hell no. That bitch wouldn't never give me no head. That's crazy.
Perry finally fired up the switch. That's because your game ain't tight, nigga.
Fuck you, nigga.
Radio laughed and took the blunt from Perry. He puffed it about 4 times, then passed it back. Hey, I'm gone, man. I'll see you later if you still out here.
Alright, but hey, since you ain't fucking Tanya, Who you about to go see, nigga?
Perry asked while blowing the thick smoke out his mouth. Radio paused. If I tell you, you can't tell nobody else, look, bro.
And what I look green? I ain't gonna tell nobody, nigga. Who you about to go see,
I'm
nigga?
about to go hit the little white girl Charlotte. Perry started, coughing and choking on the weed smoke. Sounded like a cancer patient. He was coughing so hard. He had tears coming down his eyes trying to control his coughing fit. Perry held a finger up.
Hold up.
Signaling for radio to hold up a second. While he got himself together, when he finally caught his breath, he asked with disbelief.
Hold up. You talking about white girl Charlotte?
Yep, white girl Charlotte. Radio answered with a big smile.
Oh, hell no. Nigga, you lying. You talking about Charlotte Lewisburg. Daddy owned damn near half of the city and the high school, Lewisburg. I ain't going for that one. Nope, I ain't going, little radio.
You right, you ain't going because I'm going. By myself. And when I hit it, I'm gonna skeet all inside that bitch for you.
Nigga, so I guess you finna ride that bike all the way to Ponte Vedra from here.
Sound crazy now. Coach Jackson about to take me.
Hold up. It's just getting crazier by the minute. How the hell Coach Jackson taking you to go fuck one of the richest man's daughters in the city of Jacksonville and not get in trouble? He could lose his job.
See, now you're trying to know too much. I might tell you later, but right now, you killing my high, nigga, with all these motherfucking questions. You sound like the motherfucking police, nigga. Fuck. Radio rolled off laughing, headed towards his high school where Coach was waiting on him. He started to remember how he got Coach on his team. Yeah, it was after a football practice, and all the other teammates had showered and went on their way. Everybody except Radio was still there. He had the urge to work out even more. He just didn't get tired. He had 225 on the bench press, sweat dripping. Most kids at that age of 15 couldn't bench what he could, but Radio was a different breed. He played with this type of weight. 7, 8, 9, 10. Radio put the bar back, got up immediately, and did 50 push-ups. Not regular push-ups. I'm talking about the power push-ups, the kind where you clap your hands together in between each one. Yeah, the plyometric push-ups. Radio sprang up from the floor and jumped as high as he could 10 times, then screamed. That's what I'm talking about, he said while admiring his perfect body inside the mirror. He took off his shirt and started posing like a bodybuilder.
Hey, Radio.
A sweet voice called from behind. He was startled, and he looked through the mirror to find his secret lover. Charlotte, how you get in here?
It's not like the doors are locked, silly. I just walked right in.
She walked up to Radio with pure lust in her blue eyes. Radio's chest was heaving, and his body was drenched with sweat. Charlotte put her soft manicured hands on his neck and rubbed it and massaged it in. Radio pulled her to him and started tonguing her down. Charlotte had a short skirt with no panties. When she squatted down, he could see through the mirror her perfect white ass sticking from underneath. Fat pussy, just hanging. Charlotte pulled Radio's shorts down and began groping and stroking his dick with one hand. And with the other hand playing with his chest. He grabbed the back of her head and got in her mouth where it needed to be. Charlotte devoured her, deep-throating as much as she could, which was hard considering at the age of 15, Radio was well endowed. These two had been fucking for a little over 6 months now, so Charlotte was used to his size by now. Radio wasn't her first, but Charlotte's was his. Truly, he had a lot of girls on his dick now. But he only lost his virginity 6 months ago, and it was to Charlotte. She had that snap on him. Yeah, she put that snap back on him and had him lightweight in love with this bitch. Radio hated that he had to keep their relationship secret. Her father only let her attend this school because she was a spoiled brat and got whatever she wanted. But if her father was to find out that his precious daughter was having sex with a nigga, he would just flat out and die. Radio had to snatch his dick away from her greedy mouth. Sweat and spit covered all over her face. She simply wiped it off with the back of her hand. Her eyes were devil blue. It had fuck me written all over it. And that's just what Radio did. He picked Charlotte up like it wasn't nothing, slowly sliding his dick inside of her. Once inside, Charlotte basically did the rest, gyrating and grinding her wet pussy. Her blonde hair was soaking wet with a mixture of sweat of her own juices. Radio closed his eyes when he licked, and when she licked, yeah, it was great. She licked his ear and neck, enjoying and loving every second of that must, the sweat. She had the wettest cat and the softest skin, and definitely the deepest throat he had ever had in his 6 months of fucking. He felt himself about to come, so he let her know. Charlotte hopped down and started sucking into Radio, shot his entire load deep inside her throat. She swallowed every last drop. Out of nowhere, a crash happened behind him. Boom! Crash! Flop! Tick, 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 tick. Oh shit! What the fuck? Radio was shook. Charlotte was scared also. She was hiding behind little Radio. Coach! Man, what the fuck you doing? Coach Jackson had to have been there the whole time, watching their sexcapade. Just the thought of Charlotte Lewisburg, one of the most forbidden white girls in the city, not to mention she was sexy as hell. Ooh, too sexy to be 16, and definitely too sexy to have an ass like a black girl, and especially too sexy and too young to be filming them with the cell phone. Coach Jackson wasn't a pedophile, but if you looked at Charlotte, she definitely didn't look like a teenager. She would fool any man. Coach, you been in that closet the whole time? Now Radio was getting mad for the simple fact that Coach was lusting off of his girl and spying on them. Oh shit, you was filming us? Man, I'm about to fuck you up.
Hold on, Radio. Man, be easy. Let's talk about this.
Coach was scared shitless. Radio was twice his size, and he had witnessed countless of times of Radio's incredible strength on and off the football field. Oh, you wanna talk now? Hell no. You spying and lusting off my girl, nigga. You got the nerve to be filming me? What you plan on doing with that video, huh? What you gonna blackmail Charlotte's father? Radio grabbed the phone, went through it and erased the video. It crashed. He slammed it on the ground with brutal force. Radio snatched Coach by the collar. Rage was in young Radio's eyes. No one could calm this beast down.
Radio! Please, baby, stop!
All except Charlotte. She was the only one who could control his emotions. It took about 7 seconds to register, but gradually he let the scared white man down. Coach, if you tell a soul, I swear it's gonna be so much pain. I don't give a damn about this football shit. You tell anybody, and both our careers will be over. Cause I'm gonna be in prison, and you gonna either be dead or crippled for the rest of your life, I promise.
Radio, please calm down. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry. Please, believe.
Radio stepped back from Coach Jackson and saw the fear in the little man's eyes, and something inside of him relished that feeling. He looked down and saw the coach had pissed in his back. Charlotte, go home. She ran out, leaving Radio and Coach by themselves. She was praying that Radio wouldn't hurt him, and more worried about Coach Jackson snitching them out. Radio wasn't through. He watched until Charlotte was gone. Oh yeah, you owe me. Yeah, you gonna have to pay me back big time.
Radio, son.
How could don't son me? My daddy dead.
I'm sorry. Look, just take it easy. Anything, man. Anything you want, I got you.
Oh yeah? That easy, huh? The thought of extorting someone delighted Radio. And What's crazy was that radio was in the room also, having sex on school property. Anybody else would be suspended. Look here, me and my mama, we having a hard time. Yeah, ever since her leg got hurt in that car accident, she ain't been able to work. So, yeah, I need a little spending money every week. Yeah, you can, yeah, so I can help her out.
Sure, man.
Hold up, I ain't finished. One more thing. Yeah, so when I want to go see my girl, you gonna take me out that way, ain't you?
Whoa, radio, man, come on. That's asking too much, man. I'll lose my job.
I don't give a fuck, you hear me? That's what the fuck I want. You got a problem? Huh? Coach Coward from Radio's voice.
No problem.
Alright, my man. Radio smiled and grabbed Coach by the head, giving him a noogie. Knuckles all in the top of his hair. When he let him out the semi-headlock, he left Coach and hit the shower. All Coach Jackson was thinking about was how he just escaped probably one of the worst ass whoopings of his life. Radio snapped out of his flashback, laughing to himself at how scary Coach was, and he looked that day. Yeah, he was still buzzing good from that weed Perry gave him. Damn, that shit was some fire, he said to himself. Coach would always leave the back gym door open for him. Radio walked inside and made his way to the back. Coach wasn't in his office, so he kept looking, and the closer he got to the bathroom, the more he smelled something like burnt metal. Damn, this shit stinking in the piss. What? Something told Radio to tiptoe, so he creeped inside. Instead of calling out for Coach, he just crept on in there. Radio bust through the bathroom door and couldn't believe what he was seeing. God damn, Coach, oh hell no.
Oh shit.
Coach was caught off guard. He started bumbling and fumbling and dropping all kinds of shit on the bathroom floor, but it was too late. Radio saw everything. Coach, you smoke dope? Come on, man. That's crazy, man. I would have never thought in a million years. Radio had a smile on his face, even though he was disappointed at the old man.
Man, it's not what you think.
Hey, man. Looked to me like you was sucking on the glass dick. But don't worry, I ain't gonna tell the soul. Your secret good with me. Wow, that's crazy. Radio was laughing.
Radio, it's just a weekend thing. I'm not hooked on this shit, man.
Yeah, okay, whatever you say. Look here, I'm ready to go, so let's ride. They left in the school in the Ford truck. And all the way to Charlotte House, Radio had to suppress his laughter because Coach was geeked up to the fullest, looking like Coach had lockjaw. They arrived just as the sunlight was going down. All you saw was a lot of beautiful houses, nothing but white folks. Damn, I can't believe how big these houses is. This the type of shit I want, Coach. Coach was so stuck he couldn't even respond. His jaws were clenched shut. The Atlantic Ocean could be seen from Charlotte's backyard, and it was breathtaking. When the sun set on it, it was mesmerizing. Come back through in about 2 hours. All Coach could do was nod his head. Charlotte was at the side door waiting on Radio, already anticipating his arrival. Her father had just left and was on his way to Georgia on the business trip. She had the house all to herself for the weekend. Radio made his way inside and swore he felt like somebody was watching him, but then just thought it was the weed making him feel paranoid. Charlotte had on a sexy see-through lingerie, some snow white stilettos on, smiling like the devil. For a 16-year-old, she was definitely a bad bitch with a grown woman's body in the face of a supermodel. Charlotte was perfect 10 in any man's standards, even at 16. He started talking her down as soon as he got inside the door. And for the next 2 hours, they had sex all over the floor. Exhausted, they collapsed in each other's arms by the back patio. It was a perfect view of the ocean, the beautiful sand and the water for miles. They held each other and watched the stars together.
Radio, you know I love you, right?
Girl, you don't love me. You just love this doggy style. Charlotte playfully punched Radio in his arm.
I'm not playing, I'm serious.
Radio kissed Charlotte's lips. Baby, I know, and I love you too. She was all smiles now.
Ooh, I wish you didn't have to leave. Why can't you spend the night?
Why? Because my mother would wring my neck if I didn't come home. Plus, you know I got a game tomorrow. You know I would if I could.
Well, before you go, can I have some more?
Some more? Girl, you a beast, savage. I tell you what, if you could bring it back to life, Charlotte put a pointer finger to his mouth.
Say no more.
Charlotte was a head doctor. She went down and gave Radio a vicious blowjob. A few minutes later, oh, hold up, baby, stop. I'm about to come. He had to pry her face away before he exploded. When he got on top of her, he started pounding her back out and talking all kinds of shit, not paying no attention or hearing the front door opening. Oh yeah, baby, talk
dirty to me. Talk to me like a slut. Fuck me like a slut, Radio.
And that he did. Yeah? Huh? You like it rough, huh? Bitch, take this dick. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Take this dick. Radio covered her mouth and throat with his massive hands. Every now and then, he let go to give her some air, but Charlotte was a pain freak. She wanted to be on the verge of passing out before she came. Radio never liked doing this kinky role-playing shit, but did it just to please her. He'd do anything for this freaky white snow bunny. If someone was to walk in on him, it would seem like a big black man was choking and raping a poor little old white girl. Well, that's exactly what Carl Lewisburg thought when he walked inside of his house and saw Radio pounding and choking his daughter. Earlier, his nosy-ass neighbor had called him and told him about a black man sneaking in the side door. Carl made a U-turn. He was only a couple hours away. When Coach Jackson saw Charlotte's father pull into the driveway, he eased down in his seat. Once the man went inside the house, he casually just pulled off, not wanting to be involved in the madness that was about to take place. Carl Lewisburg was in a state of shock. His whole body was trembling. His face was beat red. You love that black dick, don't you? Don't you love this black dick, bitch? Take this dick, you slut. With shaky hands, Carl aimed his revolver and screamed,
Nigga, get off my daughter! Right this instant!
Carl shot his gun but hit nothing. Charlotte started screaming,
Daddy! Daddy!
Get over here, Charlotte! Right now!
Charlotte ran to her father, leaving Radio alone and naked.
Nigga, I already called the police and they should be here any second.
Please, sir, I can explain. See,
Shut up! Shut your nigga face! I heard you in here raping my daughter, calling her all kind of sluts.
And this scared her even more. Charlotte, tell him I didn't rape you. What is you waiting on? The police arrived. Charlotte just cried and never said a word. She was covered in a blanket and led away, while the local police handcuffed Radio, then roughed him up all the way to the police station. That night he was charged with rape and breaking and entering. With no money for a lawyer, Radio was appointed a public pretender. A public defender. And even though he was a juvenile and one of the top prospects in the city for all the major colleges, he was still charged as an adult. His young mind couldn't believe how fast his life had just crumbled in the blink of an eye. The look in his mother's face crushed him more than the lies that Charlotte told on the stand, claiming that Radio took her virginity and savagely raped her. Even though Coach Jackson testified that he witnessed Radio stalking the young Charlotte Lewisburg, slimy, crackhead piece of shit. Even though Coach flipped the script, he never exposed that punk-ass cracker, and he never told him about his involvement. He couldn't even look Radio in his eye. Coward. When it was all said and done, Radio was sentenced to 10 years in the Youth Offenders Prison, a.k.a. the Thunderdome.
But that don't mean that I don't love you, let me tell you this. Just the thought of not having you, grabbing you, turn that ass around, let the blade start stabbing you. Now I lay me down to sleep. What? I pray the Lord my soul to keep. What? If I should die before I wait. I pray the Lord my soul to take. Wait. I don't wanna die yet. Why you wanna leave me all alone? Don't wanna cry yet. Wait. I don't wanna die yet. Why you wanna leave me all alone? Don't wanna cry yet. They say a man don't cry, that's a goddamn lie. They say a man don't cry, that's a lamb lie. Don't cry my pain, girl. You don't really wanna know how much I'm hurting, that's for sure. Now tell me,
how many times can my heart break? How many scars can my heart take? In the jacuzzi, we watch movies, roll up a doobie, and then you do me. I am a queen, you are a king. I think we really make a good team. You on a block, I'm on a clock. Got on your knees, gave me a rock. I said yes, cause you was pressed. I think about the last time you left. You went back to the block. You went back to your thought. When you left, my heart stopped. But I still miss you a lot.